What's good, YouTube? In this video we have understanding how the matchmaking works for Apex ranked arena. Now yesterday we did a video on how the point system works, and I felt like that was a good video. It helped you guys understand what you guys could do right now in order to rank up easier for next season. And if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I posted it yesterday. But for today we're going to be talking about the matchmaking. This is something that I never really talked about. Maybe there might be some things that you guys didn't know about the matchmaking that could help you and decide how you want to play arenas, if you guys want to solo queue, 3-stack, duo, whatever it is. But yeah, we're going to talk about the matchmaking, and we're also just going to discuss how you could get the best matches for you, like what matches you prefer. You guys will understand when I talk about the matchmaking. But first thing that we want to talk about is understanding the matchmaking. And with this, we want to understand and know that your rank doesn't really take in factor on the opponents or the teammates that you get. And this is because you could be someone in diamond and you could be having teammates that are bronze, silver, gold, and vice versa, right? You could be a gold player but you're playing against people that are pred or master. And I hope that they switch this matchmaking up, because I do think it's a little bit unfair. I feel like if they went to the BR, the battle royale mode, and they just change it to where if you're diamond you play against diamonds, if you're pred and masters you play against pred and masters, that will make it a lot more fun and a lot better and a lot more competitive, I think. But with that being said, if you're teaming up, so let's say if you have teammates, you cannot be a silver player right currently at the silver rank and team up with people that's pred or masters. You can only go one tier difference. So that means that let's say if you're platinum, you can only play with either someone that's gold or someone that's diamond. That's the one tier difference, so that's something for you guys to know. But the biggest thing that I want to talk about when we talk about this video is understanding the difference between solo queuing and 3-stacking. Now these two have two big differences. Now if you 3-stack, which is something that a lot of people want to do, right? They want to 3-stack because when they solo they get teammates that are bad or horrible teammates that are randoms. So majority of the time we want to 3-stack, right? We want to get two other teammates to help us, because the benefits of 3-stacking are you have a team that you can rely on. You have teammates that you can communicate with, teammates that you feel comfortable playing with because the strategies of each other, right? You guys are planning different strategies on different maps to give you guys the best chance to win. You guys are just playing as a team, right? It's just a lot better. It's gonna make you feel more comfortable when you're playing against teams that are tryhards, and if you're playing against teams that are not as good as you guys, then you guys are more likely just gonna sweep that team, right? Easy win. But the cons when it comes to 3-stacking are more than likely, if you're 3-stacking, you're gonna be playing against other 3-stacks. Now whether that 3-stack is good or bad, just understand that more than likely you will be playing against other 3-stacks. But if you have a team or teammates that you feel comfortable with, no matter what team you play against, then that doesn't even matter because you feel confident in your teammates. Also, another con when it comes to 3-stacking is that there are less chances when it comes to getting big points. Now yesterday we talked about the point system, and that majority of the time once you reach your rank or you get close to your rank, you're getting plus 12. But if you're someone who's getting plus 12s, your chances of getting points like plus 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, those high point games, less likely to get that when you're 3-stacking, because more than likely you and your team are going to go against an enemy team that is at your guys' skill level, or maybe just a little bit above. But even though you get a less chance of getting big points, because you're 3-stacking, it's more than likely that you should be getting a lot more wins compared to losses. Or that's the pro when it comes to 3-stacking. You guys should be able to be going on winning streaks. Now the opposite of 3-stacking, which is solo queuing. And solo queuing, the pros on solo queuing is that we all know you're going to be going against bad enemies or enemies that probably shouldn't be in your lobby. And the opposite, right? So if you're playing against a team that is 3-stacked as a solo player and you play against them and they're either at your skill level or a little bit higher, it's a higher possibility that you do get high points. And the reason for that is because you're soloing. And we all know that a big con when it comes to soloing is that you get bad to horrible teammates, right? And the reason I say that is because you get teammates that are probably not at your rank, but you can't, with the matchmaking, you know, it goes both ways. You know, can't blame the person that's a higher rank getting paired with, let's say if you're a masters and you're getting paired with someone that's, you know, a silver or gold, you can't blame a masters players, can't blame the silver or gold because they're not on the same rank as them. So of course they probably might not do as good as the masters player. You know, the silver and gold player, they don't want to be going against, you know, teams that are masters or pred. So that's why the matchmaking does have a big problem. It would be good to see a change, but just, you know, understanding the matchmaking, how it works, you know, solo queuing, there is a lot of lopsided stuff to it, and 3 stacking is, you know, beneficial when you do have a team that is, you feel very comfortable with. You know, you have 2 ranked arenas players that are very good, and that's really what I want to get to when I, you know, want to talk about these videos, is that if you feel like you're someone who could dominate in a ranked arenas game, you know, you could carry your teammates or whatever, I would highly suggest playing solo. And the reason for that is because, more like I said, more than likely you're gonna go against bad enemies. You're not gonna go against those sweaty 3-stack tryhards that are using the cheese or OP guns like the devotion, the hammer points. You know, you're not gonna be playing against those people. So if you know that and you could carry your teammate, then it's gonna be good for you. I mean, you could use those cheese OP guns and get those free wins. But if you do have 2 teammates that are, you know, top tier and you, like I said, you could trust them, then for sure 3-stack, I mean, that's probably the best way, because you could, you know, count on them and you guys are probably going to go on win streaks. So do that if you have 2 teammates that you could trust and you play good with. But if you don't have them, then don't trip off solo queuing, because I'm telling y'all, you know, I solo queue a lot, and honestly, I feel like it's just easier when you solo queue. The games are just easier, and like I said, you have a higher chance to get big points. Now, something that I want to talk about that I think that, you know, that's not really talked about a lot in arenas when it comes to the matchmaking is that, you know, if you are someone who loses a lot, whether, let's say solo queue, right? If you lose a lot, then you know that, you know, eventually you're going to be playing against bad people, right? This goes for the same for those who, you know, wonder like, why do I get teammates that are, you know, lower level? But because they're lower level, they probably went on a high win streak, or they've been doing very good recently in their games. Because, you know, if you're someone who's like a masters or pred and you lose a lot of solo queue games, you're going to be playing against people that are low ranks, low levels. And if someone who's a silver or gold is, you know, them and their teammate is, you know, silver and gold, and they're playing good, they're on like a 4 or 5 game win streak, the game will bump them up to the higher ranks because they're doing so good. Vice versa, right? If you're someone who's a higher rank and you're doing so bad, it'll probably put you down to playing lower ranks. But just know that if you're someone who's a higher rank losing to lower ranks, you're gonna lose a lot more points than usual. You won't lose minus 12, you'll probably lose like anywhere between the 15 to 30, so you'll lose more. So it's not something like you could just lose games so you could play higher rank or lower ranks. It doesn't work like that. But that's just something I want to let you guys know. When you guys see, you know, if you solo queue and if you see teammates that maybe you don't think that should be there, that's just a possibility on the reason why they're there. Because, you know, if they're lower ranked, they've probably been playing good. And if you're, you know, a lower ranked person and you're getting a teammate that's a masters or pred, it's more than likely that they probably been playing bad. So yeah, this was a video, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was just me, you know, talking about the matchmaking. I never really talked about the matchmaking. I see it so much in the comment section, so I wanted to try and get a video about the matchmaking. I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but none of this is like confirmed from Apex. This is all just playing the game since season 9 when it comes to arenas. Season 9 is when arenas came out. Ranked arenas came out in season 10, and so this is all from just the information that we have gotten from just playing the game and from the comment section. So this isn't confirmed from Apex, but for sure 100% I personally would love to see a change in the matchmaking, you know. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. But this was the video, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.